In Boise, Idaho, a judge has decided not to dismiss important evidence against Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students. The judge, Stephen Hippler, ruled that the method used to gather genetic evidence was not unconstitutional. This decision is significant as it allows the prosecution to use this evidence in the upcoming trial, which is set to begin in August. Kohberger is facing for murder charges related to the deaths of Ethan Chapin, Zaina Kernadal, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Gonsalves. These students were tragically killed in the early hours of November 13, 2022, at a rental house near the university in Moscow, Idaho. When Kohberger was asked to plead last year, he chose to remain silent, leading the judge to enter a not guilty plea for him. If convicted, prosecutors have indicated they will pursue the death penalty. The genetic evidence in question comes from a process known as Investigative Genetic Genealogy (IgG). This method is often used when DNA collected from a crime scene does not match any profiles in standard law enforcement databases. In such cases, investigators analyze the DNA for variations, known as single nucleotide polymorphisms, or SNPs. They then upload this information to genealogy databases like GEDmatch or FamilyTree DNA to find potential relatives of the DNA donor. In Kohberger's situation, investigators discovered touched DNA on a knife sheath found at the crime scene. The FBI applied the IgG method to this DNA, which led them to identify Kohberger as a possible suspect. Kohberger's defense attorney, Ann Taylor, argued that law enforcement did not obtain the necessary warrants to analyze the DNA from the crime scene or the DNA of potential relatives in the genealogy databases. She contended that the court should exclude the IgG identification and any evidence derived from it. However, Judge Hippler stated that for the defense to successfully argue against the use of this evidence due to a lack of a warrant, they would need to prove that Kohberger had a legitimate expectation of privacy regarding the DNA. The judge pointed out that Kohberger had abandoned any privacy claim when he left the sheath behind, which he denied owning or knowing about. He further noted that even if there was no abandonment, Kohberger had not shown it was reasonable to expect privacy over DNA found at a crime scene. Additionally, the judge dismissed 3 other motions from the defense that challenged how warrants were issued and sought to suppress evidence, including cell phone data. This ruling is a crucial step in the legal proceedings as the case moves closer to trial.